The government has officially now announced that aliens are real, and they are the first ones to inherit this earth before we humans even existed. Now, for the very first time, this was aired on the national television news, and they have even announced that they're going to be releasing an official footage of these aliens, where the entire world, for the very first time, we're going to get introduced to who these aliens are, and they've said that it's going to happen on Saturday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, watch this, as this was just aired on the national television, and this stuff is just absolutely crazy.
UFO sightings the military can't explain. Congressional hearings, Pentagon whistleblowers, armadas of strange aircraft flying over, of all places, New Jersey. What does it all mean? Well, since last year's groundbreaking interview with whistleblower David Grush, News Nation's been out front on this story, and we've got another major exclusive. A new whistleblower is coming forward saying he's not just saying he's heard about a secret government
He's
program
actually seen that stuff.
Retrieve UFO crash remains. He says he's worked on this program. He claims to have video to prove it and credentialed colleagues who back him up, and he has the attention of at least one senior lawmaker. News Nation's Ross Coulthard has been working on this story for more than a year.
So apparently the backstory of this whole thing, he was working on all of these UFO technologies, and he has seen these aliens with his own eyes. And it seems like the leaders and the governments, they've already known about this for all these years, and they existed on Earth before we humans even existed here. And they have so much information about these alien creatures, and they so-called as the spiritual creatures. But as of now, the main backstory that we have learned so far, they have a different sort of technology that defines the gravitational force that Earth currently has. And what's funny is that they actually think that we humans have gone so advanced in technology that we might end up becoming a massive threat to their existence. And apparently they are intelligence that's way beyond our human capacity. Now take a look at what this whistleblower has to say about whatever he has witnessed so far.
Special report airing right here this Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And News Nation correspondent Joe Khalil is here with a first look. Joe, these are pretty stunning claims.
Yeah, they are, Elizabeth. The man you saw in the video, Jake Barber, he's an Air Force veteran, and he is coming forward with some shocking claims. The first person to go public saying that he actually participated directly in a secret military program that he believes was to retrieve UAP or alien craft. Now, Barber says he was contracted as a helicopter pilot. He retrieved all kinds of craft. Some of it, he says, top secret and explainable. Others, he says, however, he believes were non-human origin.
Wow,
it's not just him. We've got...
So it's not just aircrafts. It's like he actually saw these aliens. They're non-human and they have some intelligence of their own. It's not like some animals or something. They are intelligent way more than us humans.
3 other military veterans backing up his story on the record and on camera to News Nation. So take a listen quickly to just part of Ross Coulthard's conversation with Barber.
All right, let's see what he has to say.
Tell me about the moment when you realized.
So this is apparently the guy who was the Air Force pilot, and he was the one who, flew the chopper, which was carrying the UFO or the aliens or whatever it was that he's going to just describe in just a minute. But he's the guy that actually did all these stuff, and he's the one who's going to be revealing all that information. And he also stated that he has full footage, like an actual full high-quality footage of all these aliens, which he's going to be revealing to national worldwide television all over on Saturday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I think it's going to bring some major changes in how humanity is going to be operating after all of this information comes out. So it's very interesting.
In a retrieval of non-human technology, alien tech.
So it became very clear the first time our communication process and procedure was modified. And then just visually looking at the object on the ground, you could tell that it was extraordinary and anomalous. It was not human.
How close did you get?
Well, I was a helicopter pilot, and I operate with 150-foot to 200-foot long line. So I got within 150 feet of this object.
What did you see?
I saw an egg, a white egg.
Was there any visible propulsion system on it?
No, not what we would know. There's no engine, there was no thermal signature. I was operating at night when I finally came in to pick it up, so I'm working under night vision goggles at the time. And it was quite clear. I flipped them up, flipped them down, and looked at it a couple of different ways.
How did you know that that egg-shaped object was non-human in origin?
Well, visually, after seeing all kinds of things in my past. It was clearly something that was ridiculously looking. It's inconsistent with anything I'd ever seen before. I can also tell you that the reaction by my team, we all knew we were dealing with something
that's alien.
extraordinary.
And at no stage were you ever subsequently told that the craft was of non-human origin?
I will tell you that during this process, over the last couple of years, it's been confirmed to me by ranking members of the UAP task force that what we were working with that night was in fact NHI, and it was not a unique experience.
So they've already confirmed, you know, the UAP guys, the things that they're working on, it's actually a non-human intelligence. I mean, that's crazy, right? These guys knew about all that stuff right from the beginning, but for whatever reason, they haven't really revealed this whole operation and the things that they've been working on for all this time to general public, and God knows why that is. Maybe there is a lot more secret that the government is hiding from us people than what we could expect. And it seems like they actually did catch some of these aliens, and they have those aliens and their crafts and all that stuff currently that's located inside some sort of a base. And some of these whistleblowers, they even know the exact location of these places. But apparently they can't really say the full information to us in a public national television because obviously it's going to get them in very big trouble. But now finally it seems like they are officially doing it. And they're just hoping that now Trump is going to be president, they will actually have some safety when they reveal all of these informations out in the public. So it actually seems like we might finally get to know a lot more information than we have ever known before. Dr. Stephen Greer, who's very well known when it comes to UFO experts, and he actually just said a couple days ago that there are going to be some new whistleblowers who are going to come out and they're going to reveal a bunch of information in just about 24 hours from now. And exactly as he said that, exactly after 24 hours, we are getting all of these information and the whistleblowers are finally out. And according to his intel, it seems like they're going to reveal something that's going to shake entire humanity after we get to know what actually exists on Earth and also inside Earth and also under the water, because apparently it seems like these things are extremely dangerous.
Our technology transfer, our reverse engineering of ET technologies has advanced to such a point that we've almost reached parity, equal with what ETs are capable of, which means that with the consciousness of violence and militarism, we can turn those technologies and target distant places in space so that humans become an existential threat to other worlds.
Wow. They actually believe that the technology that we currently have, it's a massive threat to their entire existence and all different planets, because we can simply just nuke any planet we want as of now, whatever is near to us. So it's very dangerous because the kind of technologies we possess, like the aircraft, the rockets, they could basically just carry a nuke all the way to space and blow up any planet they want. That's how powerful we humans have gotten after all these years. And that's what these extraterrestrial beings, they're kind of afraid of, is what he is basically stating. It seems like he is one of those whistleblowers who's actually revealing all the information about what he currently knows about these alien species. I want you guys to take a look. It also shows who he talks to. Who's it in that? Is he talking about, you know, the Secret Service or like they're just creating all of this, you know, crazy ass drama. I really don't know what's going on, but it seems like these whistleblowers, they kind of know some major, massive information. And apparently it seems like this woman named Elia, she's part of the Space Visionary Society of the United Nations, and she's been working with NASA. And she actually shot one of these footage where it seems like, you know, there was some sort of a weird triangle-shaped, you know, UFO that just appears in the sky. And a lot of people did not believe this stuff. You know, they just said it's some sort of a marketing campaign or something like that for her company. But she actually explains to the United Nations close meeting with NASA, which confirms that the first UFO sighting contact actually happened. And this was never revealed to the public. That this footage actually comes out from some sort of a hidden camera footage. And it gives us a lot of information. Look at this stuff. She's coming all the way down here, you know, to give her speech. I'll just move the camera all the way up here so that you guys can like read the subtitles, because there are some very interesting stuff that she speaks in this video. Look at that. On December At 4:07 p.m., an extraterrestrial contact occurred, is what she actually says in the meeting. A metal object shaped like a pyramid appeared over the Pentagon, Washington, D.C., the United States of America. An unidentified flying object, diameter around 100 meters, rotated around in its own axis at an altitude of over 500 meters. Wow. NASA Operational Task Group, specializing in the receiving and processing of the space data, received an incoming data from the object. So apparently it seems like they received some sort of data that was sent from whatever the space shuttle was. So NASA knows everything about it, huh? Those cheeky bastards. I'm telling you, man. The information from the radars, the visual information, and the fixation of the radio signals incoming from the unidentified flying objects were actually made. According to the data, we can say that the object hovering over the Pentagon can be identified as an as an aircraft of unknown origins. So they have no signs of aggression. They're just here, they're just calm. They're just looking after stuff. They're seeing what we humans are capable of before they probably start a full-scale war over the humanity. Now they started covering their camera. Matches the pattern of the signal fixated by NASA incoming from the object hovering over the Pentagon. Currently, work is already underway to calculate the coordinates of the signal source and the corresponding inhabited celestials. So apparently it's just pretty much confirmed at this point that, these things, they exist out there, and the government has already had contact with these UFOs or aliens, whatever the creatures are. It's confirmed. It's not just like it's UFOs or drones or whatever. The drones are currently in the sky. Those are drones from us humans. It's probably because the government is actually flying those drones in order to do a full-scale surveillance to know where these aliens are, if they're, spying on us and all this stuff. We never know. It could be anything. It could be NASA doing it. It could be the Federal Bureau that's kind of, doing all of these research and whatnot. But it's pretty much just confirmed that these drones are not the aliens, right? It's drones. Drones are completely separate. And then we have these aliens. Some might call this as orbs. Some might call these as, religiously, we like to call these things as fallen angels, or maybe this could be guardian angels as well. We never know. Whatever types of species those were. Either, they could be the Anunnakis who came before us humans, and they're the ones that kind of, built the pyramid and all that stuff. So this basically proves that the Bible is in fact very, very true. And there were definitely these fallen angels that actually lived on earth before we humans existed. And they are now once again coming back, most probably because all the signs that have been showing off that kind of relates to what Christ's second coming might look like. And right now there's a lot of things that's currently going on that kind of states that, Jesus might be coming back anytime soon. Now, the same whistleblower, he actually spoke a little bit more stuff about what he knows in another interview. Just take a look at this stuff.
Patterns emerge that are absolutely a threat to national security, whether this is of human origin or not. Look, we have members of Congress who believe that not only are there extraterrestrials on Earth, but that they have built bases and that they are operating out of bases.
They built what? Bases? They literally have base, and I'm just guessing that these bases, it could be somewhere in Antarctica, man. That's the reason why they don't let us go all the way down there. There's a massive wall. Nobody knows what's on the other side of the wall. So probably all these bases that these people are talking about, it could be all the way down there. And they probably have like a massive research center where they're kind of studying these aliens, having contact with these creatures. We never know what those are.
I have personally met with people in uniform for the United States military who believe that there are hybrid breeding programs
What?
going on right now. Now, I've not seen evidence to suggest that all of those things are accurate, but when those claims arise, I get hot under the collar when we just don't get straight answers. We've seen
Hyperbreeding program, or like the aliens kind of breeding and increasing their numbers so that they can kind of, you know, get ready for like the final attack. That's crazy as to all the things that we've been receiving so far. And that's not it, because we have more whistleblowers who's actually been revealing a lot more information, man. Just take a look at this video. It's insane.
Conversation is going to provoke a feeling for you. The question is what? Will it be happiness, relief, anxiety, maybe even fear? But I want you to sit with that for a moment, because what I'm about to say could change the way you see everything. Close your eyes. Imagine this. You're going about your day, caught up in the usual rhythms of life, and then an announcement cuts through the noise. A global broadcast. The governments of the world, the scientists we all trust most, even the leaders you never thought would agree on anything, are all saying the same thing.
I mean, that's what's going to happen this Saturday, man. I'm super excited for it because I want to know what these things are. I really hope that they're not going to be enemies, but then I'm someone that has read the Bible and I know what's actually coming for it. And most probably these are some sort of fallen angels, or this could be Project Bluebeam. We never know. So it's going to be a very interesting show this Saturday. All the media, all the news channels, everybody's going to be talking about it, that they have officially announced the aliens are real. It's going to be one hell of a day this coming Saturday. Can't really wait for it.
Aliens exist, UFOs are real, and they've been here for a lot longer than we could have ever imagined. This isn't a hoax or a theory anymore, it's truth. But it's not just that we're not alone, it's the magnitude of what these beings know, their technology, their understanding of the universe. And the most shocking part, what if they understand us, our beginnings, our purpose, maybe even what comes next? So let's picture.
What if they know a little bit more about God, the one that created everything, you know, the universe, us, humans, and all that stuff? Maybe if they are the fallen angels, they're going to misguide us. And that is, once again, that's also going to be very exciting to see how that's going to happen.
Picture ourselves hearing this. How would you feel? Would you be exhilarated, like your entire life has been leading up to this
I'm just
moment of
excited,
connection?
man.
Or would you feel small, vulnerable, overwhelmed by the vastness of what's suddenly real? For some, this truth might feel like freedom.
Exactly.
For others, it might feel like an earthquake shaking their foundation.
I feel it like a freedom, man.
Religion, science, the meaning of life itself. What would it all mean in a world where we're no longer the center of the story? Now open your eyes. Think about this. If this moment ever came, and maybe it will, how would you change? How would humanity change? Would we rise to meet this new reality with curiosity and unity?
Probably, you know, everyone's going to turn to God, start reading their Bible. They're going to pick up their Bible and get to know all the truth and information that's attested in the Old Testament, New Testament, all that stuff. You know, they're just going to research all that stuff. Hopefully the world changes into a better place after they get to know about these fallen angels or aliens or whatever you want to call, you know?
Or would we fall into fear and chaos?
That could also be possible.
This isn't about aliens, it's about us. About who we are when we're confronted with something so profound it forces us to pause and rethink everything.
I'm excited. To be honest, that's why I know it's one of the most weirdest response, but yeah, I'm excited to know all the information because I've been, you know, following up on all these things. I've been making so much videos on this stuff because I'm genuinely very, very excited to know what these things are all about because I'm a believer of the Bible and I know everything that was prophesied in the Bible and all those things are currently coming true, which makes my faith in God grow much stronger and stronger each day. And now I'm seeing all of this stuff that's happening, that's unfolding. And now the government has come forward. They're going to reveal all of this information. It's going to be a massive, massive headlines. And this is apparently the kind of egg stuff that this dude saw on whatever mission he was in. And it's just crazy, man. Can't really wait to see what's actually out there. My buddy Skizzle has also been covering all of these information alongside. And we've also been sharing our informations together. And we've both been very curious about this whole alien situation and all of these conspiracy theories. And now everything is finally coming true. And he apparently made this video.
Dr. Greer, you've talked about this transnational organization that controls this. Can you explain this to the audience and talk about the urgency to neutralize the capabilities of this organization? Because I think too many people think it's the government covering it up, and they don't have a clear idea of who is actually behind the cover-up.
Lockheed. Wait, does that mean the government is not behind it? Then who is it? If it's not the government, who's covering all this stuff up? That's weird. This is the first time I'm hearing about this stuff.
Yeah, that's a great question, Michael. And you know, one of the thing that tilted my life is access. was December 13th, 1993, when I had a prolonged meeting with the director of the CIA for Bill Clinton, R. James Woolsey. A meeting he subsequently denied happening because, well, my commentary on that is you don't want to hear it. But, you know, it's Washington, and it's lawyers and politicians and what have you. And everybody knows what that means. So
what's that footage, man? Crazy.
As a consequence of that personally, what I realized is that the constitutional government of we the people, its president, most of its elected officials, except for a few devils that are in there who are on the payroll of this covert group, really know nothing about the subject. In fact, I would say that all of you who've seen the documentary Unacknowledged knows more than most of the members of Congress.
Like even the president, nobody knows about this stuff. Like we know way more than they do. That's bullshit, right?
People in the White House on this subject. And that is a tragedy, and it's dangerous. So the organization that...
No, I've seen like a lot of Dr. Stephen Greer stuff, right? Maybe he's gonna say it, but if he does not, I'm just gonna simplify it. According to him, he's making like this very big claim that the Pentagon basically the government, the Pentagon, they don't know much. They are, when they say they are like researching UFO, they actually are. They are researching, but they just don't have all the answers. It's like the Lockheed, the Skunk Works, you know, the Black Ops, the CIA, you know, the deep, dark operations with limited amount of people. They have most amount of knowledge, and they are the ones that kept the secret for decades and decades, and they have that technology reverse engineered and all that. That's like the claim. The government on the front lines, they don't know much. Of course they know. I mean, they have said that, yeah,
but how's that possible? How are these guys just operating behind the scene when, you know, the president doesn't even know about this? I mean, you know, Trump has already announced that he's going to come out and reveal what these things are. So does that mean that Trump himself is not going to know about all of this information? Or by now he probably knows it? I really hope he knows, because he said that he's going to reveal this information on the first day after he gets into the administration, which is on 21st. But it seems like Saturday we're going to get all of these footage and much more information. So hopefully, you know, before the inauguration, if all of these things are revealed, there will be a lot of questions that the media is going to be asking to Trump. And he's going to dig much deeper into all of these things, and we'll finally get to know everything about these subjects.
They have declassified stuff, but it's like they still don't know much, is the claim thrown around.
Deals with this is not just U.S. It is actually a transnational criminal organization that's highly covert. And that is a fact. Not a conspiracy theory. It's a fact and been proven in any court of law. And I want to remind people, one of our early Disclosure Project witnesses who appeared at the National Press Club in 2001, almost 24 years ago, right before 9/11, is a man named Carl Wolf, who is since deceased. He, in 1968, was at Langley Air Force Base at a national security agency compartmented operation, where they were analyzing the early digital images coming back from the moon, from the lunar orbiter that went around the moon.
Context, that man claimed that the man that just that passed away, right? He claimed that NASA did found, and they have images of the backside of the moon with actual alien structures.
Oh shit! Wait, what? Aliens are in the moon? So basically on the backside of the moon, all of these things exist, not on the front side. I mean, the front side is the one that we get to see.
And he also did say, the guy that passed away, he also did say that he's willing to go under oath and say the same thing that he said during that conference, which was, once again, NASA. They actually went to the moon, allegedly. Whether you want to believe it or not, that's up to you. What we're hearing is that the videos that we saw, they were fake because they could not show, right? That's like another conspiracy theory. But yeah, they have images of the backside of the moon, and there were structures.
I mean, do we have the image?
You know, it's like the airport for these ALMAs, essentially. Whether you want to believe it or not, that's up to you.
Do we have the image?
To map it before we landed a year later in '69.
I mean, if you go to Google and search for the backside of moon, apparently it seems like we have all of these, some sort of a civilization going on in there. Like, is this what they're talking about? Like all of these bases and stuff like that? Are these aliens kind of like living on moon? Or are they like planetary species already? Like, we humans don't even go live there. But if these guys can, then that's crazy. They have some crazy high technology as of now, which we humans currently don't possess, which means that they are way more high-tech than we humans are.
And to repair some equipment in this compartmented operation. He walks in, and you look at his testimony. It's up on our archive. our website, dpiarchive.com. And he says it was like a United Nations. There was people from all over the world in there, China, other countries that you'd say, oh, those are our enemies. No, they were in a compartmented operation dealing with this. That was 1968. That was, how many years is that now?
Sheesh.
A long time. So, going on 60 years, 57 years ago almost. And so when you think about that, extrapolate that data point from that whistleblower, and I've heard this from many others. And what you have to realize is that the organization running this is not only U.S., it's dispersed around the world and is embedded.
I mean, the Soviet Union, Russia. I mean, I'm pretty sure those guys are involved in all of this stuff as well. All the most powerful nations, they probably know, things about these aliens or something like that.
Like a metastatic cancer that's gone through the whole body politic of the world and have enough technologies and power and money and influence to maintain a corrupt enterprise. So this is why no president or Congress has been able to get this under control up till now. And the good news is that there are a number of people in those operations who want to come out. They want to defect. But it's by no means over. And this is why another part of what we've been doing, and I mean, this is in this, well, it's a big tome, but this is a new briefing document for the incoming administration and Congress, and it's the biggest one I've done. I've done them since Clinton in the 90s.
Wow.
But
I can appreciate that. I really, if all of this is true and it's not another psyop, I can 110% appreciate that, because initially, right, when we started hearing that we're gonna have a full-blown disclosure, a lot of people were excited and doubting it, and understandably, I mean, even I said that, bro. Like, I do believe we're gonna eventually get disclosure, but is it gonna be happening this month? I don't know about that one. But then, just the other.
I mean, they said they're going to do it this Saturday, right? Like, do you think they're going to reveal all of this information, though? All of the documents that this guy has shown so far?
I made a video on it that this week Dr. Stephen Greer claims that we're gonna have a disclosure.
Oh,
and
that's
after
gonna be
seeing that,
crazy.
I was more like, hey, I don't think it's gonna be on a government. Yeah, you can watch that video back. I don't think that government is gonna do a disclosure. It's gonna be more like another whistleblower that he's gonna bring forward. And what we're hearing is that it's exactly that, but it's better. It's better than what I expected. Because I was expecting, like, okay, it's gonna be he said, she said kind of situation.
But then he's directly saying it. Which might still
be the case, and in a way, it's okay as long as we get real footage. Now, that's the part that I was not anticipating, right? I was like, okay, it seems like that it's not gonna be a full-blown disclosure on a government level, but what we're now hearing is that, this gentleman is gonna
disclose a lot of stuff.
It actually worked on the.
Honestly, he's one of those guys who actually worked on this stuff. He has seen that stuff. So he's obviously going to be revealing a lot more information on this Saturday, man. Can't wait for it. I'm super excited to see what the news is going to be, what the headlines is going to be this Saturday. It's going to happen in worldwide television. Every single media is going to be covering this stuff. Get ready, lads, because the moment that we have all been waiting for is finally here. And it seems like, they're going to give us a lot more information that we've all been working for all this time. So I would love to know, what do you guys have to say about all of this situation? And the one thing I would say, man, if you are someone that believes in God, and even if not, if you're on the very edge of, learning about God, then I would strongly suggest you guys to go ahead and take a look at the prophecies and everything that the Bible has to say so far, because everything in there, all of those things, man, it's exactly what's happening right now. And I can't wait to see how things are going to unfold in the future. So honestly, I would love to know your opinions down below in the comments. So please just go ahead, leave your feedbacks. Let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts, your opinions. I would love to read them, reply to as many of you guys as I possibly can. And with that being said, if you guys want to support my channel, if you guys want to support these videos, please just take a few seconds of your valuable time, drop a big fat like on this video. It really goes a long way for me as a creator. It helps the channel, it helps the videos a lot more than you guys think. And thank you all so much for all the lovely support that you guys have been showing to all of my previous videos. It really means a lot to me, and I really can't thank you guys enough for this. And with that being said, if you guys want to stick around and know more information, more updates on these videos and stuff, I do of course update my subscribers every single day about everything that's happening around the world. So if you want to be part of it, make sure to go ahead, subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free of cost on YouTube. And the most important part of all, make sure that you guys are turning your notifications on and set your notification settings to all so that you guys don't miss out on any of the videos that I upload every single day. Now, with that being said, hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Till then, take it easy, fams, and goodbye.